Oh, we live. All I want to know is, are we live? All right, before we do anything, we got to make sure we good. We got to make sure we good before we do anything. We streaming in 2K. Are we live? I need to know. We need to wait a few seconds to see, is it going to work? Because right now we live streaming in 2K. So I need to know, are we good before we get started? I need to know, are we good? Are we good in the hood? Are we good today? That's what I need to know. Go to my settings. Let me bring y'all in here. Before we even start, let's go to Windows Media. As y'all can see, you can see everything. You can see the OBS. Because you know we got haters. Y'all know we got haters out there. So let's shut the haters up. Let's go to our video. You see that? 2560 by 1440 is our base. Our output, 2560 by 1440. Resolution's max, so no downscaling. So we are doing 2560 by 1440. Let's go to output. And what does it say right here? Custom mixer settings, 2560 by 1440. What does it say? 2560 by 1440. Y'all should be able to see that on y'all screen, so I don't want to hear. Now, he's not in 2K. He can't do 2K. He's not in 2K. He can't do 2K. Because you know somebody's going to say it. Somebody's going to say it. You know he can't do it. Well, we're doing it. What helped me up was we were live last night and we stayed live waiting for YouTube to put the video up. YouTube put the video up at 3:59, a minute before I was going to start. So I started watching the video on YouTube. I looked up and it was already 4:24. I said, oh man, I would have been live. So not only did it take YouTube all day and night to put the video up, even though somebody said that I had a slow computer. The video was uploaded by 2:30 this morning. YouTube been processing it since then, but my PC is slow. It's amazing how people open their mouth up and don't know what the heck they talking about. So y'all can go look at the video, it's up. But I stuck the camera on the balcony for like 20 minutes and I recorded some 6K footage. And while we playing the opening theme song, now that we know that we rocking in 2K, the PC usage is between 8.9 and 10.3. Out of 100%, we only using 10.1, 10.0, and that's because it's showing my ugly mug. So what we're gonna do is, let's get it. Instead of showing images, I'm gonna show you raw from the camera. I shot this at 3:30 p.m. today. This is raw from the camera. This is going to be 6K video. I haven't even watched it yet. This is raw from the camera. And we're going to see what 6K looks like. If you have a 2K or 4K TV, go into that little gear icon at the bottom of the screen on YouTube. Go in there and select 2K. That's 2560 by 1440. If you can't do it, make sure you on 1080. That's 1920 by 1080. I want you to get the best picture you can get. If all you got is a 720, you can still try to force it to play. It'll downscale it. But I want you to get the best picture quality you can get, okay? Because even in the video we put up, even though it's in 6K, to get all them files to go into one and be one, I had to put it on the Samsung Gear Manager. The Samsung only does 4K. So I had to downscale it, so it downscaled the video from 6K to 4K. But it should still look good. It's like if you take a picture and make it smaller on your phone, it looks good. You make it bigger, it starts to get pixelated and stuff like that. So we downscaled it. The Samsung Manager downscaled the video. So what you're seeing is going to be 6K downscaled to 4K, okay? But it's still going to look good. But right now, I'm getting ready to show you raw 6K. So you tell me you see a difference. Let's get it. Windows Media already on. So let me go ahead. Welcome to the Minister Brother Derrick Show. And I am Minister Brother Derrick. I just want to say that I love Jesus. And that's the title of this song. I love you, Jesus. I'm actually putting the camera on. I'm twisting it around. So it's there. We'll follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. This is the actual 4K. You see, I'm putting the camera on. Let the devil deceive us. And it's on right here. Can't get enough. I love my Jesus. But please say to keep it real. But here's the deal. If you're not saved, you're missing out. If you're not born again, your future is in doubt. So let's see. Your body was made to last. When your time comes, it will be reduced to ash. Your flesh will rot, but your life will not. You know your soul will go on forever. So you better realize that you need God, or you will be surprised by the pain of a flame that never goes out. The pits of hell, where the heat swells up, there's no relief. So not for a moment of peace. 6K, but agony and pride. Somebody let me know. Someone in the background. See it from? Burn, baby, burn. This isn't normal. Burn, baby, burn. I'm a walking inferno. But seriously, though, this won't happen. If Jesus come back and finds you now, see, y'all want to know right now. Hey, but if you follow the word, it won't matter anyway. Because in heaven, no one will ever be sick or shed a tear. So in this realm, I show no fear. What you gonna do? Kill me? Make me a martyr? Give me a head start? Put me on the fashion, right? So keep macking, keep stacking, keep on shacking up. But get caught napping and the jig is up. And I just wanna say, I love you, Jesus. Follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. Don't let that devil deceive us. I love you, Jesus. If you think that witnessing to your neighbors is weird, think of foreign countries with statues of idols of the fear. Nations of people, y'all need to talk in the lens right now. Most Americans believe in one Lord, one superior being. Christians should be scorned of souls by the million, but we spend our time fulfilling the desires of our flesh. We won't give Jesus our best act, but we ask for blessings that we don't deserve. And you wonder why our prayers are not heard. In church, you put down those you really admire. You know you have a desire to make that easy money. Drive the fancy car. You feel like a spouse. When you enter the bars and clubs, deep down your spirit isn't for God or his ways. So why should anybody listen to a darn thing you say? I love you, Jesus. Follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. Don't let the devil deceive us. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. We'll follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. Let the Holy Spirit feed us. And one more time. I love you, Jesus. Video. All right, y'all, let's get it. Let's get to the Bible right study. On the camp, minister, BROTHADERRICK. Yo, let's get it. And we shot this at about 3:30. Like I said, depending on the quality you have. And for those of you that might have a phone or a TV that's 720, it's still going to look good. Your TV is going to downscale it to whatever it can handle. It's just going to bring it down. If you can only do 720, it's going to bring it down to 720. If you got a phone that can only do 480, 480 is considered old now. But back in the 80s and 90s, 480 was considered DVD quality. But you notice that when you watch a lot of 480 on YouTube, it got two black cutouts on the side because it's not a 16:9 resolution. 480 is a 4.3 resolution, meaning that when you hold your cell phone like this and you're recording it, you're doing 4.3. That's why you get the two black boxes on either side. But when you turn it sideways, you're getting the full 16:9 or 1610. They came up with a new resolution now. When you turn it sideways, you get the full screen. If you know me, I can't stand. Oh, hold on a sec. My bad, y'all. Let me take that Windows Media off and let me bring myself back so y'all can see what I'm talking about. When you hold the phone like this and you record or you take a selfie, it's in 4.3. You don't want that. You want to have it turned sideways so you can get the full screen, the full 16:9 or 16:10. You don't want the phone like this. If you're out there recording World Star, make sure the phone is like this. Don't have the phone like this, okay? Somebody gets shot in your neighborhood, you out there recording. Turn the phone like this. It's really annoying when you pay money for a big screen and then you put content that don't fill it. It's really annoying. And it's cheap, it's lazy, and it's sorry that you can't take the time to turn it sideways. And to the people who do editing, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm too lazy to edit. God darn it, I don't do it. But if you're gonna edit and you're gonna take somebody else's content, at least expand it and fill a screen up. Why are you leaving them blocks? It don't take but 2 seconds to do it. How do you do it? Real simple. I'm gonna show you. What are we using right now? We're using the webcam, right? The second webcam. I'm gonna hit twice, right? All I gotta do is, let's say this was all the footage. All you gotta do is this. Wow, look at that. I'm full screen. But you'll put the video up with that part missing and that part, oops, my bad. Hit it wrong. You'll sit there and have a video like this with stuff on this side black, stuff on that side black. I can't stand it. I think it's lazy. It's lazy and it's sorry. You take the time to steal somebody's stuff. At least make it look good, okay? You're gonna steal somebody's stuff, at least make it look good, okay? That's all I'm saying. It really irritates me because we got World Star today, and trust me, it's gonna get on my nerves. It's gonna get on my nerves as we watching it. It's gonna get on my nerves, okay? Because I can't stand. They had to look directly in the center of the screen because there ain't nothing on either side. Or they try and put an image on either side. That's less lazy to them than just expanding the video. When we were using the animations and things, I would take the time to stretch them out. So we didn't have those, everything in the center and then black boxes on the side. I took the time to stretch them out. I can show you an example. Hold on a second. Take me to media source. Yeah. Let me go in here. Okay. When I made this, all of these were not perfect. I had to bring them out so that you get a full screen. I had to bring them out and re-record them so that you have a full screen. It doesn't take that much time. That's why I don't understand why I personally don't have the desire to edit, but yet I put this together. I made this collage. Look at this collage. Look at how many video clips I squeezed into one. And put lettering in it. But I'm too lazy to edit. But look at how many different videos I put in this collage. And I got them all to fit in there. And I got letters going through it. So I ain't that lazy. But you see, they all full screen. They all are full screen. Because I want to see the full screen, okay? I don't want to see half a screen. I don't want to see part of the screen. I want to see full screen. And we're going to see that today when we're looking at the World Star. I got some World Star videos, probably going to get flagged. But give me a couple days and I'll edit them out and they'll be right back up. If it's really bad, I'll re-upload the video. Because see, I can just go ahead and record it and then just upload it. It won't kill me. Our topic today is, we actually got two topics today. Y'all know the message we've been on. The message is, number one, why we can't be and mind our own business. Number two is, why do we love sin more than we love God? We have free will. And the majority of us choose to use our will to do everything God can't stand. And then we turn around and want to say, hey, I love you, Jesus. Hey, I love you, God. When you basically piss on them all day. But when you get around people who you think are godly, all of a sudden you're, hey, hey, holly, holy, hey, hallelujah, hallelujah, hey, glory. Then as soon as they leave, you go back to doing what you're doing. And don't lie. You know you do it. It also depends on the people you hang around. Because you feel you have to act like they act so they be around you. That's the second part of our sermon. Why do you feel? You got to always have people around you, no matter what kind of people they are. As long as you got somebody around you. Are you afraid to be alone? Why are you afraid to be alone? Do you allow evil people to be around you because you are afraid to be alone? What makes people afraid to be alone? I love to be left alone. When I want to go talk to somebody, I go find them. And trust me, it's brief. And first chance I get to get away, I'm gone. Exit stage left. Why is it that people feel they got to be around a bunch of people? Are you lacking something inside that makes you have to be in everybody else's business? Is your business so boring, so silent, so weak? You need to be around other people and be in their business that make you feel like you worth something, that make you feel like you doing something. Why do you feel that way? We're going to cover that today. I'll cover that right now. There are a lot of people that are so clingy. Why are you afraid to be alone? Why every word out your mouth is about somebody else? Why do you constantly keep having to show things to validate yourself? Look, I'm eating this. Look, we're going here. Look, we're doing this. Can never get it. They can never give you a real conversation. But they can either show you things or tell you somebody else's business. They ain't got no business. And if it is, it's either boring or so bad that they won't tell you. So every conversation with them, they either showing you something they just got or they talking about somebody else. And you sitting there like, why do you keep showing me all this stuff? I can tell you a good example. I'll use myself as the guinea pig. Y'all know that we fighting type 2 diabetes. Now, I like to be left alone. But this endocrinologist, the heart failure clinic, and now they got me at the diabetes disease control management collaboration. They got concerned because after the bike accident, I stayed in the house for a month. I picked up weight and my sugar went up. But even though we got the weight back down. They said I was 283. They went me carrying up, weighing all that stuff. But they said I was 283. I came home and I saw 273. Now, when we went on the 21st, last Monday, I took a lot of stuff off. I emptied out my pockets, took my shoes off. They had 275. I weighed myself before I went. I weighed myself before I went. And I was 268. They saying that I'm 275. When I went last time, they said I was there going 283 pounds. Before I got dressed, I took my sugar reading. Remember, I was live. Video's up. I was live until 12:04 p.m. My transportation was coming at 1:15. So I stopped the live at 12:04. And I took my weight and took my reading. My appointment was for 2 o'clock. I got there at 1:40. So you telling me that I didn't eat anything, I gained weight by doing nothing. Now remember, the lady came from the healthcare company. They sent a nurse over to do a home visit. She gave me, they had a wrist thing. She gave me a reading. It said 190. I ain't been 190 over something since 2013. And I told her, no, honey, there's something wrong with your machine. She did it again. She did it again, and it said 160. I told her, oh, you try this on. She did it on this arm, and it was 140. So, later that day, remember she came between 8 and 10 in the morning. So now it's 2 o'clock. And I'm in the diabetes management center, right? And they gave me the blood pressure test. I made her do it twice. This is the same day. From 9 something in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. Guess what I got? 115. How you go from 190 to 160 to 134 to 115? Something wrong with that. Something wrong. That wrist thing don't work. This woman was trying to tell me, oh, this is, your readings are ridiculous. I'm looking at her like, ma'am, we just went on the 20-something of last month. And I told her I was 115. She talked me down. No, you wasn't. So we go to the same hospital, but we in a different area. And the last time I went, I was 115. And we went Monday. I was she gave me 3 readings. I was 115. 115 is good. Especially in 2013 before I got the Medicaid. Man, I missed that Medicaid. Medicare sucks. But we're doing better. We're doing better with it. We're doing better with the new Medicaid plan. But man, I missed the Medicaid. Medicaid paid for everything. And I finally, after 3 years, I finally got Medicare basically paying for everything, so I can't complain. But I was 115 and I was 115. So I can't wait for it to come back. I'm gonna throw it in the face. It's always, and don't get mad, but it's usually women that are always trying to tell you something, and you tell them, I know what I'm doing, and they tell you, no, you don't. They know everything. They don't know nothing. If I was trying to tell you something, me and her argue for 20 minutes. I showed her my weights and my readings. She wanted to use her own, and she bought her own scale. See, what I'm using don't count. It's only what she's using. They ask you to draw a clock and to tell you what time it is. And I asked her, what time was it? And she said, it's 9:30. So, by me using, see the clock on the phone? I looked over and I saw 9:30 on the phone. And what do you think I wrote down? 9 and 3. Guess what? 5 is 30. She looked at that and went, ooh. I looked at it, I said, what are you looking at? She said, look at what you wrote. I said, damn, I was supposed to put it at the bottom, wasn't it? Instead, I put it on the 3. I put the 9 and the 3. So technically, I put 9:15. I didn't put down 20. I put down 15. I said, well, let me fix it. That was an error. I use digital clocks. Everything is digital. She goes, no, I can't, you can't change it. If I'm telling you, hey, I made a mistake, let me correct it. Nah, you can't fix it. You got to stick with it. Okay. So now the people are going to think I can't tell time. She could have let me have corrected that. That was an error. And I'm telling you about the error. But see, it don't matter. And this is the one thing about evil. When evil catch you in a mistake, it beats you up for it. It don't let you correct it. Instead, it gets on you. It rides you. I didn't let it bother me. I know how to tell time. And the next time somebody come by here, I'm going to make sure I let them know that I know how to tell time. But when all you use is digital, the time is in digital. When I'm setting the live stream up, if I'm going live at 4:30, I'm typing 4:30. I'm not putting in semicolon 60. You would think I was retarded. What the hell he mean he coming on at 4:60? What do you mean he coming on at 4:50? You would think I was retarded if I typed that. So, well, let that be. But back to the topic. The reason people are afraid to be alone is the voices in their head. The same voices in your head that I tell you to ignore. The same voices in your head that I tell you, when you hear them, tell them take it to Jesus. I don't want to hear it. Get out my head. I'm not going to pay you no mind. You got an issue, take it to Jesus. Let him deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. You're not going to mess my mind up. You're not going to depress me. You're not going to make me feel bad about myself. You're not going to get me to feel better about myself by trying to bring down somebody else. Take that mess and give it to Jesus. Let him deal with it. That's what he's for. I'm not going to deal with it. Some of y'all watching the show right now, if anybody watching, there's the voice in your head talking to you right now. Don't pay him no mind. He's just talking mess. Tell that voice to shut up. When you see somebody and you go look at them, trying to act all night, look at them. You know good and well. Tell that voice to shut up. I ain't looking at nobody. I'm worrying about what I'm doing. I ain't got time to worry about what they doing. They not causing no problem right now. They not in my face. Ain't nobody in danger. Peace be with them. And we need to take that phrase and use it in our daily life. Peace be with them. Let them go about their business. Jesus and God are going to deal with them. Stay out of it. Stop putting your 2 cents in where it ain't needed. They going to get theirs. All you got to do is sit back and wait. You do what you do, and then you'll hear the news. A lot of people been tormented by a certain YouTuber. He got knocked down. All the people that's been battling him, all you had to do was just sit back and wait. But nope, you out there acting a daggone fool. And guess what? You caught up in his mess by involving yourself. And something's going to happen to you. Karma is a bee. That's a true statement. Karma is a bee. And that's why you see some people, they never happy. They never content. It's karma. I can honestly say, I'm sitting here happy. Now, I know that now that I got the transportation, I can go anywhere. Not just where the 2 bike batteries can take me. I can go anywhere. And next spring, when it warms up, we're going to be going to Harbor Hospital. But I might can go across town now. It's about 5 dentists on Green Spring. But we're going to let them take me out there. Now I can go to any of the dentists. Before, I was limited to where the bike can go. I might even do it in late January. But I know that it's going to be a series of trips. It ain't going to be one time. That's why I'm making sure I want to have everything clear. I'm going to be like this. Have a cotton mouth, whatever, all that stuff. But we're going to get it done. Because, see, the devil tried to do 2 things with the fall. Number 1, tried to get me afraid to get back on that bike again, which would limit where I could go, which would limit the live streams. That was the first thing. Because remember, it's a market at the bottom of the hill. I can walk there. Number 2, he knew I was feeling better about myself. And that's why he tried to mark me up. Can't do nothing about this. But we're going to fix this. Ain't going to cost me a dime to get done. It's just the annoyance of having to keep going back and not being able to talk and not being able to do the show. It's an annoyance. But the object was to make me ashamed. Maybe he won't go live and preach anymore if I mess up his face. Maybe he'd be too ashamed. Well, imagine his surprise that we still going. And I can hide my mouth. But for what? I know within a couple months it'll all be fixed. Well, what am I hiding for? I can even make content off of it. But that month, when we couldn't go anywhere, when I could barely walk, when every time I even thought of moving, the stinging felt like somebody stuck 100 pins in you, I knew the day would come when I would get it all fixed. Every time them voices came in my head, I was ready to go out at 6 o'clock yesterday. I was ready. All of a sudden, my chest started hurting. My back started hurting. My legs started hurting. I looked up at the clock. We both left at 6. It was 9 something. I said, you know what? We going. When I started the live, I wasn't even fully dressed yet. But I said, God darn it, we're going to lock ourselves in. So this way, the voices can't do anything. We already locked in. Yeah, well, you know, maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe it's too cold, you know, you might fall, you know, nobody's going to watch, you know. Take it to Jesus. We going. You know, hey, take that way, you know, and shove it in your butt. I ain't trying to hear it. Well, you know, something bad might happen. When we got downstairs, the stickers that we ordered, they didn't have a tracking number. But we got them. So I put them on the helmet. They came and I put them on the helmet. So I couldn't find a Ravens helmet, but I got some stickers. I had enough left on the card. I only paid the $2.50 for these 2 stickers. Now, we could have just did the live stream and not put them on. But I said, let me go find a seat. So we were in the lobby. And of course, it's a young boy down there. Young thug. He gonna say to me, oh, you really like the Ravens, don't you? Then he was on the bike and started asking me questions. The video's up. The bike's aimed this way so you can't see him. But the video's up. The whole time I'm sitting there wondering, is this dude dumb enough to try something with security right there? Is he dumb enough to try and take this bike? But when the voice in the head said, maybe you should just leave, I told that voice, shut up. Well, you know, and then another dude came in that knew him, and I'm thinking, maybe they both together might try and take the bike. That's what the voice in my head said. I just said, shut up. Then the voice said, you know, you bought the wash spray, but you forgot your knife. So, you know, maybe you should just go back upstairs. I told that voice in my head to shut up. When we was on the bike ride last night, I took the phone down off the mount to show y'all the screen. And we pulled out into the street, and we got where there were no street lights. We down there on that wooded road, on the curve. The phone fell off. Now, luckily, it didn't detach from the cord, so the phone was swinging. We stopped on a pitch black dark road on a curve. Voice in my head is saying, forget that phone. You better get to where it's lit at. I'm telling the voice in my head to shut up. And I'm saying to y'all, if something happened, it was nice knowing you. But I'm going to fix this right now. Even though it's dangerous where I am, if something happened, nice knowing you. I'm telling Jesus, I know the devil asked for this. And I know won't no car coming, but you're still wrong for letting him do it. And I said it and I meant it. I don't care what he asked you. Tell that man to get your butt. You told us to tell him to get your butt. You and God tell him to. He shouldn't have the right to ask for us. Because I had that thing clamped down. It was on a clamp. It wasn't like this. If it was this with a spring on it, I could see it popping off with a spring. It was clamped down. That's why we use it. It's clamped down firmly. So how did it pop off? It's clamped down. How did it pop off? That's what made me mad. I know I put it on there right. You got me sitting out there on a dark road, pitch black. It's pitch black out there. The only light is the lights I got. 2 cars came, but they came this way, not behind me. If a car would have came behind me, I would have been dead. Because by the time they saw me, it would have been too late. It was pitch black. In the back of my mind, I knew wasn't no car gonna come from behind. In the back of my mind, I knew we got 5 LEDs behind us that maybe they would see it and have time to hit the brakes or go around me. Maybe. But I knew nothing was gonna come from behind, and it didn't. But how did I know? Because the Spirit said, put that back, do what you got to do, and then get out of there. Don't listen to the voices in your head. BROTHADERRICK came out, which is my alter ego, and we got it done. Sometimes he says things I don't like, things that I wouldn't say, but in the crisis situation, I'd take him riding shotgun with me any day. I ride shotgun with him. I'm the fly on the wall. I have to go back and listen to what I don't even know what I said. It don't matter what BROTHADERRICK said. What did Brother Derrick say? Brother Derrick didn't say anything. Brother Derrick listened to the Spirit tell him, you all right. Just hurry up and reattach that phone and get the hell out of there. Don't dilly-dally, but I got you. And nothing came from behind. 2 cars came this way. And when we got back to where it was lit at, it was a car right there. And when we went around the bend, it was a car behind us. But in that crisis time, nothing came. So we were going to get took out. That was the opportunity. Because it was pitch black. The only lights you see is the lights that I have. And the bright ones are going frontward. They're not going backwards. Now, like I said, if somebody would have came up, hopefully they would have saw the ones at the back and would have said, it's something in the road right there. You might want to go around. Hopefully. But it was Saturday night. It was Friday night. Some people is coming from, there's a lot of bars around there. Y'all saw the teens out there dancing. Anything could have happened. But the point was, they have the faith. Do we have faith? Or do we just say we have faith? See, my motto is this. I'm going to let God handle everything. But when he need me to handle, I'm right there to assist. Not to take over, but to assist. You got to learn the difference. Because too many times we don't want to see what God's will is first. We just want to do what we want to do first. We want to use our will. I ain't got the patience. Look at him over there acting a fool. I ought to go over there and bust him in his head right now. He ain't acting a fool to you. What are you going over there for? Well, you know, they should, you know, he messing with that person. That person retarded? That person needs you to come over there? Did that person ask you to come help them? No, but I'm going over anyway because I don't like them. And so this is a good reason for me to go over there. Did you ask God? Did you ask Jesus? Did you ask your Holy Spirit that's inside of you? Should I go over there? Or are you going because a voice in your head said, hey, this is a good chance for you to go over there and get that person. This is a good chance for you to go over there and get that person. And then when you go over there and things go bad, then you want to come back and blame Jesus and God. See, I tried to help, and look what happened. They didn't ask you to help. The person didn't ask you to help. Nobody, you wanted to. And so you deal with the consequence. You didn't ask them before you went and did what you wanted to do. Don't come back and complain about it. Karma is a bee. And a lot of times, we throw ourselves into something that is none of our business and ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing. I was watching this wrestling chat, and somebody was in there talking about CM Punk, and a bunch of people came and jumped on that person. If CM Punk had a problem with what that person was saying, then CM Punk would have came into the chat. Very big chat. Sure, he watches it. Very big show. He didn't come in there and say nothing. Why did all these other people feel they had to come in there and say something? Why did all these people feel they had to say something? Hey, Dave, if you're still watching, look at the community post that JD from New York did about CM Punk. I went in there and I told the truth about AEW. The same thing I said last night, I wrote in that post. And I was expecting people to respond to it. I didn't get not one response to go back there and look. Normally when you comment on something on YouTube, if somebody respond, they tell you. I ain't getting not one response. You know why? There wasn't no logical. There was nothing logical you could say to defend what I said. There's no logic you can come up with. You can make up stuff and look stupid, but you can't logically respond. And I was surprised. Because in the live stream, he had 2,000 people. And then the next day, he made the short in the community post. I went there and commented. And see, JD think because he been watching the show since he was little. I've been watching the show since 1982. Since I was 12 years old. I've set up 5 or 6, we moved around a lot when I was growing up. I set up 5 or 6 wrestling leagues, and we went out there, and I found out a smack shot does not knock nobody down. A clothesline does not knock nobody down. We found out the hard way. I used to make people submit with my sleeper choke. So I have been out there wrestling, for real. Not this phony trampoline stuff you done. I've been thrown on the ground. I've thrown people on the ground. We ain't wrestled on the cement. We ain't wrestled in the gymnasium. We ain't wrestled in the grass. I got a book of flags and got some cardboard, and I made belts, tag team championships, world championships, intercontinental championships, and we took the flag, the pictures, and we made belts. I know what it's like to run a league. I did it as a child. I stopped at 99. My record, my lifetime record is 99-0. I never wanted anybody to say they were the 100, so I stopped. I didn't think anybody was worthy of being number 100, so I stopped. Nobody made me stop. I got my first little job, started making some money. And started doing that. But I was never the biggest. I was never the strongest. But I could put that sleeper hold on you. And I mashed your nose and mouth against my belly, and you couldn't breathe, and you had to give up. It meant how strong you was. So I understand professional wrestling. I know if you give me a week, if they flew me to the Performance Center, you let me work with a powerhouse Hobbs. You let me work with a Miro. You let me work with that new big dumb giant they got. You let me work with an Eddie Kingston. You let me work with a Jungle Boy. What's the name of that guy that stole my name? I used to call myself the Machine. The Machine Cage. Give me a week with him. Get him to stop acting like he acrobat and get him in there and show him how a big man supposed to wrestle. Give me 2 months with Omos. I'll make Omos the next Andre the Giant. Give me 2 months. Or give me Shanky, the 7'3" Indian guy. Give me him. Let me train him for 2 months. I guarantee you. Be bigger than Andre the Giant. Wrestling is not just about showboating. You got to learn when to do that stuff. There's a difference. To make people believe in you and make people want to see you And you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Everybody got a move set. If you watch Randy Orton, you know he's going to do the DDT. You know he's going to pound the canvas and go for the RKO. Every once in a while, he might do the Garvin Stomp. It's going to be the same thing. If you watch Big E, it's going to be the belly to belly, then the other belly to belly, then the third belly to belly, then he runs to the ropes and do the splash. He's going to do it every match. Every match, he's going to do it. Give me a week with him and watch me switch him up. Give me a week. Give me Sami Zayn for 2 days. That Blue Thunder Bomb should be his finisher. Instead, the people in Japan use that move and everybody get up from it. Now they starting using it in AEW. Women are using it now. When I was growing up, an arm drag actually hurt. Nowadays, somebody arm drag it, they get right back up. A hip toss used to hurt back in my day. Nowadays, you get hip toss, they get right back up. A backbreaker used to have you on the ground for a minute. Now they do a backbreaker, they right back up. A German suplex could have won you a match back in my day. Now they get a German suplex, get up, and suplex you right back. They have phonyized the wrestling. Give me a month with all the wrestlers of AEW. First thing I would do, get rid of their accounts. Get rid of that Twitter, that Instagram, get rid of it. Stop telling everybody how fake what you're doing is every day. That's the first thing we get rid of. Second thing we get rid of, start taking the moves seriously. Stop all that bouncing around. Learn how to set up for something like that. Not make your whole routine. You ain't with the circus. You ain't gonna get on a trapeze. Stop trying to use the ropes to bounce off of. Use the ropes to choke somebody with. Use the ropes to help you prepare yourself to knock them the heck out. Don't use the ropes to be dancing on. I'm tiptoeing on the ropes. Hey, I'm Ray Phoenix. Look at me tiptoeing. I'm the Undertaker. Tiptoeing. Stop all that phony stuff. Stop it. Make people believe what you're doing. Give them a reason to think it's real so they can get into it. I can't believe JD from New York, Jesse from Chicago, and Solid Monster all said that Chris Jericho, whatever that bald-headed Japanese man name is, was the best match. I don't know where they been at. That was the phoniest thing. I turned that crap off. I had to turn it off. I had to fast forward past it. They exchanged 45 forearms and nobody went down. It was phony. We gonna watch a World Star. I bet you it don't take no 45 forearms to knock somebody out. I guarantee you. It don't take 45 forearms. I guarantee you. We're not gonna see nobody doing flips and tumbles. I guarantee you, ain't nobody gonna jump up on the wall and then come off with some crazy kick. In real life, that stuff don't work. I've kicked people in their stomach and they got back up. That's the easiest kick to do. The front kick. But when I did my reverse kick, I was always mad because I couldn't get it high. Whenever I hit somebody with it, they didn't get back up. The ugliest kick is the one nobody never got up from. The high spin kicks, the round kicks, they got back up from. Nobody never got up from the ugly spin reverse kick. It's so low and it's so quick you don't even see it. And the guy started working out one day. He said, why is it when you throw that reverse kick, you stop. I say it because nobody never get up from it. I had to keep going. That's it. He goes, really? Well, I want to take it. Well, I kicked him. When he finally got up, he wanted to kill me. But he asked for it. He asked for it. I was like, why are you trying to chase me? You say you want me to do it. Well, why you want to fight now? I'm minding my business. You came and asked me a question. Then you asked for a demonstration. You saw me hitting that fence. You saw me hitting the wall. And you saw the cement coming off the wall. You saw me hitting the tree. And you saw the bark coming off the tree. What made you think that you was going to take it? You seen the damage that was done to the inanimate objects. What made you think? And that's what I'm talking about. Because the voice in his head said, oh, look at that little fat enough over there. Look at him. Trying to do karate. Look at him. Why don't you go over there and show him something? Go over there and show him how it's really done. Go show he ain't doing nothing. And the idiot listen. And this is what I'm telling you. Stop listening to the voice in your head. It's nothing but trouble. It's nothing but evil. When you stop listening to that voice in your head, because like I said, some of you watching me right now, some of you ain't turned me off because the voice said, turn them off. You don't need to hear that. Turn them off. Keep listening to that voice in your head. It's going to have you in trouble, in jail, in the graveyard. To all the young girls, when the elders told you, leave them boys alone, that voice in your head said, shut up, they old, don't pay them no mind. They just jealous because the boys ain't trying to get with them. When your girlfriend is telling you, hey, that boy ain't no trouble, I know him. The voice in your head said, they jealous, they don't want you to be with them. Keep listening to that voice. You're going to wind up with 4 or 5 babies and nobody to help you take care of them. Keep listening to that voice in your head. You're gonna pay the karma. The karma gonna come kick you right in the butt. You're more concerned about the voice in your head than anything else. You become a slave to that voice in your head. You don't wake up every day and say, hey, God, what's your plan for me today? You wake up every day and say, hey, voice in your head, what you got for me? What we gonna do today? Who we gonna terrorize? Who we gonna mess with today? What function we gonna go mess up today? Who we gonna tear down today? I got my little phone right here. Who we gonna go mess with? You listen to the voice in your head. To those of you who actually go into the comment sections, I made it a note to start reading the comments of the videos I watch. When I see the people comment, it's scary to know them people walking and they breathing. And they on this earth. Who are these retards? Where they come from? But the bigger question is, who they listening to? Because they say the dumbest stuff you ever heard. Stuff that makes no logical sense. Makes no logical sense. Somebody type, it shouldn't be this way. Somebody said, yes, it should. What do you mean? It should be this way. They were talking about something very evil. And people were saying, no, the evil was great. I'm like, what? Them people out there, they listen to that voice in their head. They don't care what their God wants. They care about everything else. And that leads us into the next part of this sermon. See, we don't have to read anything or show anything. I can just talk to you. Is it fair for God to judge us on our sins? Is it fair? Let's abandon logic and let's go with I feels. Let's go with I think. We're going to go down your road. Because I heard somebody say, I feel that when God made us, he knew we would sin. So we inherited the sin from Adam and Eve. So since we got it at birth, we not responsible. Adam and Eve is. Or Jesus who made us is. Or God who ordained Jesus to make us is. You know, God shouldn't have put the trees in the garden. See, it's everybody else's fault. But when you sin, it's not your fault. I'm using the I feels. Because this is what the devil uses when he put the voices in your head. He going on your feelings. He going on how you want to think. Because it benefits your particular cause or narrative at the moment. So, I asked the question, is it fair for you to be judged for any sin you do when you were born with the ability to sin from birth? Is it fair? Is it fair for God to judge you on sinning when you inherited the ability to sin? Is it fair to be judged on sinning? Anybody have a comment? Is it fair? We live streaming in 2K, and we only drop 14 frames, which comes to 0.0%. But let's see, are we really streaming in 2K? I'm curious to know. Are we really streaming in 2K? It's not going to let me know. Hold on a sec. All right. The little window is not helping. But we on the phone. Yes, we are. What did they say right there? Y'all see that? 1440p. 1440p. 2560 by 1440 is 2K. That is right there. 1080 is full HD. 720 is standard HD. 480p is 1980, 1990 DVD quality. 360 is the old phones, the old flip phones that used to be able to go on the internet and take pictures. And 240 and 144 is crap. But it's right there. For those of you that still want to say we're not doing it, I'll do one better. Let's go to YouTube. On the PC. There we are. Wait a minute, I get my mug on the screen. For those of you that still want to say we're not doing it, so y'all should be able to see me right now. Let's go to YouTube. What did that say? On
It's
the
right
PC. There we are. What did that say? 1440. Wait a minute, I get my mother on the screen that still want to say we're not doing it. So y'all should be one better than me right now. Let me mute that. What did that say right there? What did that say right there? What does that say right there? That says 2K. But there's somebody. There's somebody out there in one of the nations. Somebody out there in one of the armies. There's somebody out there that's going to say, no, he ain't. He's lying. Somebody out there is going to say, oh, he's not doing real 2K. Oh, he must be using a trick. I feel that even though I see it with my own eyes, even though I can take my Samsung, which has a 2K screen, and I can go look, or I can go to my 2K TV and I can go look, I'm not going to bother because I know that he's lying. It's just not right. He can't do it. I know he can't do it. He can't do it because I can't do it. And I got more than he got. He can't do it. I'm better off than he is. He can't do it. It's right there in your face. It's right there in your face. But you're going to deny it. You're going to deny it. And guess what? I ain't worried about you denying it. But it's right there in your face. And you can say whatever you want to say. It's right there. One thing about evil, even when you show evil the truth, they don't pay no mind. They ignore it. Because see, it's more fun. It's more fun to push the lie. It's more fun to push the lie than it is to deal with the truth. You can get more content out the lie. You can get people to listen to you when you lie. You know why that is? Because we love to sin. We love to sin. We love to sin so much that we sacrifice everything for our sin. We sacrifice everything for our sin. We want to be able to manage our sin. I can tell you, I love my donuts. It's the new kick 'em on. We had to give up the Oreos, double stuffs. It was too hard to manage the sugar. We had to give up the gummies. We had to give up the waffles, which I love my waffles. We had to give them up. We had to give up the candy bars. Now, we can still have the zero free, but they're so expensive. It's like $5 for a bag to come with like 10 of them in there, 10 little ones. But it's manageable. They sugar free. It's manageable. I found out that you can have your meat, poultry, as much as you want. Doesn't affect your sugar. If you eat 10 pieces of chicken, it doesn't affect your sugar. The reason that we eat shrimp is because the shrimp don't stay on you. You eat it, it come right out. It doesn't stay on you. That's why I eat it. Not because it's a fancy delicacy. No. But fruits, candy, starches. The body turns starch into sugar. Knowing the balance and staying on top of it responsibly and managing it. In a perfect world, I should eat no sugar. But then besides meat, what else could I eat? Pasta gets turned into sugar by your body. Noodles, vegetables get turned into sugar by your body. Almost everything but meat, your body can turn into sugar. So even when you totally deny yourself, your body is going to get that sugar out of something else. Well, I'm not eating no more candy. Well, guess what? Whatever you choose to eat, your body is going to take it and turn it into sugar. That's what I found out on Monday. And I got the charts over there if you don't believe me. The secret is to find out how much sugar can you have before it's a problem. How much sugar can you have before it's a problem? See, you'll hear me say, I had to get rid of the Oreo double stuffs. Do you know why? It come in a big pack. And you can sit there and nibble on it all day. That drives your sugar up. And you're constantly doing it because it's available. It's available. The gummies, they're not that bad. But you get that big bag of them, and you find yourself nibbling. It's not what you take in. It's the frequency, the availability. See how we dissect this logically, not with feeling? I would love to get off of here right now, because the pay-per-view come on tonight. I would love to sit there with a whole pack of Oreos and sit there and eat the whole pack. What that gonna do to my sugar? Now, if you gave me a container and said, look, between the hours of 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., you can have 8 Oreos. When that container empty, you can't have no more Oreos. Then, in between the hours of 5 p.m. and 10 p.m., you can have 8 more Oreos. It won't raise your sugar. That's something that you can manage logically, common sense. But if you can't control yourself and go 6 hours on just 8 or 10 Oreos, what are you going to do? You're going to wind up eating 15, 16, might even eat 20. So now you have gone out of the range you can do. Being able to know what you can do, what your body can handle, what your body can process. Now, I know at one sitting, I know I can eat all the donuts. We can't do that. But if during the pay-per-view, I get me some ice water and I eat one donut before I start, when the show first starts, the first match. Then when the week match come on, I go in there and I start making, we having shrimp and noodles tonight. Or we could fry some chicken. I ain't take it out the freezer, so we gotta have shrimp and noodles tonight. So by the time we get to the middle of the pay-per-view, I'll be eating. When we get to the main event, I can have one more donut. And then that's it. We'll get 2 apples. And we'll nibble off and on those 2 apples for the rest of the night. That's what we did last night. And I took several readings. But I took a reading last night live. We was at 99. Well, let me show you. You can see, I don't have to lie. Let me get up and walk. Let me shimmy on over here. Take a look at the readings. Make sure y'all can see. I come over some more. So I did what I told y'all I was going to do. Last night we did the reading. We was at 99. Before we went out, we was at 116. We came back from the bike ride. We was at 99. Then you see, I had 2 donuts. We went to 116. I had 2 more this morning, and we're at 141. So we know. Oh, and we also had 4 apples. So we know. If we don't want to get back to that 164, and if you look up here, you see 161 and you see 171. Right? You see that, right? So we've been, go down the list. By keeping track of what we doing, see, they can tell us what to eat all we want. When you experiment yourself and keep track of it, you know what you can do. So the fact that we had 4 donuts and 4 apples, and our sugar only went to 141. That's control. That's control. That's controlling your sugar. because you found out. You don't want to be back up here. You don't want to get back. But when we saw it, look how I brought it back down. Then you saw me slack up a little bit and test. That's the range I want to be in right there. But you saw after the bike ride how we dropped. But then you saw we had 2 donuts. We hit 116. Then we had the apples and 2 more. We hit 141. You want to stay on the 160. A perfect world would be 100. We're going to touch it because I go days where I really don't eat anything. The most dangerous days are when we go to the market. But I'll go a day and a half, 2 days just nibbling. And then I'll pig out. And it usually happens when we come from the market. So the video's up. I did it live. We hit 99 last night. Then after I ate the 2 donuts, you saw we went to 116. But then I ate the shrimp and noodles, and then I ate 2 more donuts, and then I had the 4 apples, and we went to 140. We stand in that range. Experimentation. We doing trial and error. Now, in the perfect world, I would just eat meat. But your sugar get too low, you get sick. If it's too high, you get sick. You got to have a balance. And as a human being, we want a balance. But we want a balance in our favor. If I ate all 4 donuts at the same time, what do you think the sugar level would be? But because they were eating 5 hours apart, my body was able to digest it and get rid of it. Let them marinate. Suppose I ate all 4 at the same time, then ate the 4 apples, and then ate the shrimp and noodles. My sugar will be over 200. But instead, we spread it out. We know how many we can have, and as long as we stick to it, it's an ironclad system. Now, we start getting into the I means and I feels, that's when it falls apart. When you stick with the logic, this is what you can have, stick to it. There's no problem. But see, we got to, well, it won't hurt to have 1 more, it won't hurt to eat 2 more. I'll work it off. I drink some extra water. See, when you start doing that, that's what gets you in trouble. And you do the same thing with God. You say, well, I know God don't want me to do this, but you won't mind, I'll do it. And then I'll do an apology. See, you start to rationalize. You start to make the excuse. My husband out there cheating on me, but he make too much money. I don't want to divorce him because then she'll get the money. So I'll just go cheat on him. And then I'll feel better. You're rationalizing. You think that's what God wants you to do? Nah, you doing what that voice in your head telling you to do, and you doing what deep down you want to do. You know you've been eyeing the pool boy. You've been eyeing the grocery store bagger. You've been eyeing that guy that work at the gym. You know it. And that's an excuse. Your husband cheating on you is an excuse for you to go cheat too. Because deep down, that's what you want to do. The demons and the devil can't make you do nothing. You do what you want to do. You just choose to listen to that counsel on how to do it. That's why I tell you, when you hear that voice in your head, tell it to shut up and leave me alone. I ain't doing it. Get out my face. Leave me alone. See, ain't no other minister going to tell you that. Because most of them are listening to the voice in their head. I tell a voice in the head to go jump in the lake and mean it. When I sit there and I set everything up and I do everything right, I sit back and wait for it to go wrong. Because I know. And I'll say something and I get mad at myself for saying something. Like, that's a sign of weakness. You know you did it right, but you know somebody bothered. You know it. So they're going to do something to it and just fix it. Fix it. That's all you got to do, fix it. That's the one advantage that we human beings have. We can create. But instead of taking that creation to make life better, we take the creation to make other lives worse. You take your creativity and figure out how to cause trouble. You take your creativity to find out how to bring others down. You take your creativity to make people forget about Jesus and God. You use your credibility to distract from what's good and to push evil. When we learn how to use our creativity to get the results we want, our life is better. I can always tell when my sugar high. I get a throbbing over my right eye. I can tell when my weight is up. When I go stand to take a whiz, I can tell on my right leg if I put on weight just by standing. You know these things. When you see them, fix them. Because see, if I feel that throbbing above my eye, even though I drink diet or sugar-free soda, I drink some water. If I feel that I put on more than 4 pounds and I feel it in my leg, I come out here and start running back and forth and start dancing, start jogging, start doing knees and karate kicks. Why? The exercise will help take off the weight. Or we'll go for a bike ride. Learn how to manage yourself so you can manage your life. And stop trying to manage everybody else's life because you want to forget about your own. Start having a relationship with Jesus so you can get that relationship with God. And ask them to help you manage. If I was doing this in 2013, I might not have needed to ever go on insulin. We trying to repair the damage that was done. But trying to do it in a fast way is only going to have a short-term result. We trying to do life-giving practices, not just for the moment. life-giving. I have been telling y'all ever since we found out that I got the housing. We found out what, in March? Or was it February? It was either end of February or early March. I told you. When I moved here, everything was going to change. To think that we was at 245 pounds the day I moved in here. We was at 245. It took the accident, but we sprang up to 283. But we've hit 265. We've hit 266, 267, 268. We hovering between 265 and 271. I would like to get back down to that 245. And slowly but surely, we're going to get there. But to be honest, that was, you have to realize you have a summer weight and you have a winter weight. Summertime, you can go outside anytime you want. Feels good. Wintertime, you can't. So to try to maintain something through the winter, you're not. That's where the phrase winter weight comes from. But see, somebody will say, oh, you just making excuses. But then you ask that person, what do they weigh in the wintertime and what they weigh in the spring and summertime, and I guarantee you it ain't the same. Because see, we can see the problem in somebody else. We can't see the problem in ourselves. But if you stop focusing on what you think and start focusing on what you want, and you actually ask Jesus and God what they think, then you'll be more sympathetic to other people and stop trying to shove your opinions and your thoughts and your feelings and your ideas on other people that don't want to hear it. Now, let me put this back and I'm going to answer your question. Answer the question. Is it fair for Jesus and God to judge us for sinning when we were born with it? Who else is talking about this? Some of you say he shouldn't have put the 2 trees in the garden. Some of you say he should have known we was going to sin when he created us. The problem with your logic is you were made perfect. This way your logic go to hell. You were made perfect. Yes, you were. You were made perfect. He didn't make you with sin in your heart, in your body, in your mind. Your mother and father, Adam and Eve, gave that to you. Parents supposed to do wonders for their children. Give them good things. They gave you bad things. They gave you life, and they gave you sin. Your sin comes from the first man. A man that was made perfect. A man that was supposed to dominate the earth. A man that didn't need no special abilities. He didn't need to be able to fly. He didn't need no magic. He didn't need nothing. He had dominion. He had power. He had more power than the angels. He had more power than the devil himself. You know why? Because he didn't need to fly around. He could tell a bird to go fly and get what the heck he wanted. He didn't need to move nothing. He could tell the elephants to go move what the hell he wanted to move. He ain't had to climb and get nothing. He can get the monkeys to go up in the tree and get what the heck he wanted. He didn't have to get a fishing rod and go out there and fish or get a net. All he had to do was, hey, get out of the water, fish, I want to eat you. And that's it. He didn't feel like walking up a mountain. He could tell a mountain to move out the daggone way. That's the power he was given, and he gave it up. That God's fault? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? It was raining. He could tell him, stop raining. Didn't Jesus tell a storm to stop? Didn't Jesus walk on the water? Adam and Eve could do the same thing. They gave it up. They gave it up. That God's fault. They gave it up. They proved they wasn't worthy of having that. It's like a poor woman somehow get married to a rich man. Start messing with the pool boy. Her and the pool boy get kicked out in the street. They got to start all over again. They ain't gone from living wealthy to having it all, to not even having to beg for something to eat. Is it the rich man's fault that put him out? Or is it their fault for betraying the rich man? Well, if you wasn't on business trips, I wouldn't have been lonely. If you didn't have to have this pool in here, we wouldn't have had to have no pool boy. You gonna make excuses? Well, that's what you're doing. But why are you making your excuses as to why sin shouldn't be in the world? God went to work on your behalf. He convinced Jesus to lower himself and be transformed. Imagine Jesus, who made Adam and Eve with his own hands, had to be transformed into a little fetus and be implanted in Mary. I'm sure he was comfortable because he made Eve. So he made the body. But don't you think that that's low to actually have to be taken back and put in something that you created and have to live there and incubate there and then come out and then have to be raised and be told what to do by something you created? Jesus took the excuse away of you saying it's too hard. He came down here And not only lived as a baby, lived as a child, went through the teenage years, went through the 20s. That's why you're not going to be able to tell him, you don't know what it's like. Yes, he does. You're not going to be able to suck and jive. You're not going to be able to give him no rationale and no excuses. You're not going to be able to do the I think, I feel. You don't think he thought and felt it? You think you're going to show him something new? I'm asking you. But God had Jesus suffer so we don't have to. God saw through experimentation, just like what I just showed you with the readings and the weights. Through experimentation, God tried to clear everybody off the planet except for Noah's family. Didn't work. He lowered the ages from living 900 and something years to only living 120 or less. Didn't work. Tried to separate his own people out of Abraham and set them aside and tried to manage people that way. Didn't work. The only way to make a human being do something, they gotta want it. You can't make them. The minute you take the foot off their neck, how many times did Kunta Kinte try to escape until they cut off his foot? Chained him, they whipped him. If he hadn't met his wife, who was working in the house with the master and was good with him, if he hadn't married her, he would have still been trying to escape. It took him to say, you know what? I got something good here, even though I know where I come from. I can't get back there. But I got a good woman here. I'm able to drive around the master so I can get off the plantation and see parts of the country. Every time I run away, something bad happens. I'm at rock bottom. Let's just make it work. You can't make a human being do anything. They got to hit rock bottom and then change on their own. God gave you free will. He can't make you do anything. If he did, then he's a liar, because he didn't give you free will. If he treats you like a robot and tell you what to think and tell you what to do, you don't have free will. You're a slave. And a slave can only do what the master will let him do. Because if you don't do it, you're going to get whipped or you're going to get killed. And the fear of getting whipped or getting killed is going to make the slave do what the master wants. Not because he wants to. An alcoholic that wake up one day molested in the field is not going to want to drink again because they don't want to be waking up molested in the field. A drug addict that almost OD'd is in the hospital for 2 weeks on the ventilator. It's going to make the decision. Hey, I can't do this no more. I don't care how bad my body want it. I can't do it. Or they're going to go back and do it again. But you can't make them. People were fighting about wearing a mask. There are some people that wound up in the hospital almost dying. Half of them still won't wear a mask. The other half smarten up and say, you know what? I'm not going through that again. When you keep trying to do what you want to do and see it don't get you anywhere, that's when you're ready to come to Jesus and God. You got to hit that rock bottom. If you never hit that rock bottom, you will never seek him. You will never get out the flames of hell. You will never escape the lake of fire. You have to want it. And they want you to want it. So if you are down right now, you living under a bridge, you living in a tent, you buried in solitary in the jail, they got open arms and waiting for you. They don't care if you stink. They don't care if you smell like piss. They ready for you when you ready. In any state. That's why it says come as you are. They don't care that you're stinking. They don't care that you ain't shaved in months. They don't care. You got holes in your clothes. They want you to come when you ready to come. They will receive you. They waiting on you. They don't want to have to make you. They want you to want it. If you want a relationship with them, that's the start of the change. But you gotta let go of the steering wheel. You ever heard that phrase? Let Jesus take the wheel? That's what that phrase is supposed to mean. You got to back off and let them. And that's the hard part. Because we do have a free will. And because we do feel and we do think, it's hard to let go of that wheel. Even when we at the bottom, we still want to hang on to that steering wheel. When we down and out, well, I can come back from this, man. We want to do everything, but let them take over. And that's the problem. We keep thinking that we can do this on our own. And we can't. And the devil right there to kick us, to make sure we don't. Make sure we do every wrong move. Convincing you you're doing something for the better when all you're doing is making things worse. Does God have the right to judge you for your sin? Yes, he does, because he gave you a way out. It's called the gift of grace. We ain't worthy of the gift of grace. Because of Adam and Eve, we are not worthy of the gift of grace. They took everything that God gave them and pissed on it. And in doing so, they pissed on us. But Jesus came and took Adam's place. See, back then the women didn't count. That's why they always say Adam. But Eve was perfect too. But they say the man count. So God had to come. So Jesus had to come back and fix what Adam did. But there's a catch. To get that grace, you got to seek it out yourself. They're not going to force it on you. When you are born into the world, you think that Jesus and God don't know it. They know what you're capable of. And that's why people will come into your life and try to push you gently. They can't push hard because people are buck back. But you've seen people come up to you, people be on the megaphone, people be telling you, hey, they tell you. That's because they know you got the potential. But will you take it? I'm talking to you now. Will you take it and use it? Or will you just let me go turn on the army, or let me go turn on the nation, or let me go see what's going on with the hoteps, or let me go see. Will you take the gentle nudge, or will you continue on with what you're doing? You got the choice. So God gave you a choice. Because he gave you the choice, come home or stay out there and do what you're doing. He has the right to judge you. He has the right to sentence you. Because he had the right back in the garden. But instead, he extended it. Adam and Eve were supposed to die the minute they bit that apple. He extended it. He's been extending it for 2,000, 3,000, however, since it happened. If you can believe the Roman calendar, he's been extending it. But are you going to take the offer? Are you going to take the offer of salvation? Or are you going to rationalize your way into hell? Are you going to rationalize your way into the lake of fire, the furnace of fire? That's the question. That is the question. Do you care more about what you want, or do you want to find out what they want? They've had plans for you since you was born. I was supposed to be a minister from the day I was born. I started in the church at 5 years old. When I started reaching my teen years, I stopped going to church. My sister used to go too. So did my cousin. They stopped going. And eventually I stopped going. I've never liked school. Ever. But my sister stopped going. Pretty soon I stopped going. Actually, my stepfather made a mistake. He said you can go to school or get a job. Should never have said that. I went and got a job. To me, the worst thing about school was not having no money. That was the worst thing in school about me. I couldn't stand not having no money. He gave me the option. Go to school or get a job. I got me a job. The worst thing was having to ask somebody for something. You got your own, you ain't got to ask for nothing. But then the thing was, you had to have a job where you could pay your own rent. Had to have a job where you could pay for your car. Had to have a job where you could have something to offer a woman. That became the next mission. You go to school so you can get a job to do these things. When you stop going to school, now you got to find a job that's going to let you do these things without the education. I went back and got my GED. But I found out having the GED wasn't much better than not having one. Was still working the same kind of jobs. I had to get a skill. Driving paid decent money, and that's why I got my license. I started learning how to drive. And I started making my career driving. And I drove everything. People, furniture, deliveries, packages, patients. And during my lifetime, I came across a lot of people. Some positive, some negative. Some I was able to leave an impact on, and some people left an impact on me. But all the while, the church was still calling. I came across somebody that actually had got a title of pastor. And he got me to go to the Bible college with him. And I stayed there as long as I financially could. But I could have stayed longer. I let something come up that got me to stop going. But I've always wanted to go back. But as I started to do my own research, I realized none of the apostles ever went to school. You don't need a degree. You don't need a man to tell you that you're worthy to preach the word. You need Jesus and God to tell you. That's why they say many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. My biggest fear is now, if I actually do go attend, am I going to go learn how to do what man want me to teach? Or should I keep going from what the Spirit tells me to teach? That's the question. Should I keep learning from the Spirit, or should I go learn from a man? A man can't get me off to the next word. So I listen to the Spirit. Some of y'all will say, well, you need, well, then you go. You go. But I know we've been doing this since 2018. And ain't nobody ever came up here and made me look stupid. Of all the trolling, of everything, nobody's ever came and really crashed a sermon. Nobody's came in here with better ideas. We even came in here with somebody that came in and tried to bring a whole bunch of stuff. I let them talk. Went and researched some of the stuff he said and came back and exposed it. I don't let. When I say we, I'm talking about me, Jesus, and God. When I say we a lot. And this goes back to the first part of the sermon. I'm never alone because I got Jesus and God. I'm never alone. And I'm sure my neighbors can attest to you if you ask them. When I'm watching TV, they think it's people in here. Because I act like it is. I'm never alone. I'm never lonely. I can have just as much fun by myself than I can have with other people around. That's why my ex-lady friend suggested I get a cat. Because she said it would give you somebody to talk to so people don't think you crazy. So when you wonder why I'm not close with the cat, her only job is just to be here. It ain't to be my friend, none of that. It ain't for no cuddling. It's just that there's somebody here. So I ain't talking to myself. Because I'm fine. See, that's the difference. People will tell you they fine. I show you that I'm fine. When you see me out there riding the bike, sometimes it ain't nobody in the chat. Does that stop me from having fun? Nope. I got Jesus and God at all times. Sometimes I come back in the house and we stay live and I see the people leave. Do I stop the show? I don't even know how many people watching now. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nobody watching. But I know I was told to come bring this message and I'm bringing it. I can't make you listen. And that's the part I'm trying to get to you. Can't nobody make you do anything. You got to want it. And if you want to hear the message, you'll come here and listen. And if you don't want to hear the message, you're going to go do what you want to do. Why is it that the Sabbath is the freakiest night of the week? A troll literally came in here the first time we did Saturday sermon and said, y'all be ashamed of yourself for holding church on Saturday when you know everybody out there partying and having sex. And I said, think about what you just said. The devil had to make the Romans work hard to change the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. And we showed it in the video. How they got every branch of Christian religion to switch to Sunday. Except for the Latter-day Saints. I think the Latter-day Saints and who was the other one? The Seventh-day Adventists and the ones that come, the Jehovah's Witnesses. I think those are the only ones that they could convince. No matter how much power and influence, they were the only three branches that they couldn't convince. It might be more now. But just imagine, the devil has people out there partying and sexing and acting a damn fool on the one day when God said, don't do nothing. I wanted to go for a bike ride today, during the day, to show y'all the 6K and see if it's a difference. Instead, we went out yesterday. And I just put the camera on the balcony for half an hour or so. And I showed y'all, excuse me, at the beginning, how the pure 6K look. I told you we was going to be in 2K. We are here doing it. I told you we was going to do World Star. We're going to go into it in a few minutes. When I tell you something, even if it don't happen that exact day, it gets done. And this is what I keep telling you about Jesus and God if you're praying for something. It might not happen when you want it, but it do come. You know, I've been paying $55 a month for my meds ever since they took me off Medicaid and shoved me on Medicare. Right? Nobody warned me of this. It took until, and this was in 2018, it took until April that finally the healthcare company is paying that $55. I found it strange that the majority of the time, the $55 that I had left went to the meds. And thankfully, donations came in at the right time and we was able to make it. But at the same time that the health insurance company started covering the meds, the housing came, and we had the most successful doctor visits all in the month of April. It's like everything came together. After suffering since 2015, and that's a long time, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, after 8 years of suffering, by being patient, by hanging in there. We could have went out there and been scamming people. We could have went out there and been selling drugs. We could have been out there and been hustling. We could have went out there. We could have done a lot of things to make money. But I knew all I had to do was wait. And that's what I did. And now, that's a shadow. It looks like it's something on my face right here. That's a shadow. See? Lift up. You come back down. Lift up. It's a shadow. Y'all see me? Clean shaven. Hair coming back already on my face. It's ridiculous. But we knew. We knew that sooner or later. I knew. I keep saying we. Because I'm talking about me, God, and Jesus. When I say we, y'all think I'm talking about y'all. I say we. I'm talking about me, God, and Jesus. Somehow, some way, it's going to come together. And it's going to come not when I want it. It's going to come when they want it. Y'all don't know, I'm constantly checking the auctions. Trying to find a 360-degree camera. We keep trying to be cheap. And we keep buying these cameras and they don't do what we want them to do. I said that I was going to start focusing on getting a new bike starting January, and I'm going to do it. But we're going to get a GoPro 360 next month. For Christmas, I'm getting to show a GoPro 360. Whether it be the Fusion or the Max Pro or whatever we find a deal on, we're going to get the GoPro. Because I said I wanted to be able to live stream in 360. And before, I couldn't afford to. So we'll put the bike on haters. We got 2 bikes that work. We're going to get the GoPro When the second come around at 2 a.m., I'm sorry, 1 a.m., whatever the best deal on that is, we're going to get it. Come hell or high water. Use the new. Whatever the best deal that we can find, we're going to get it. I set a limit of $225. If we can't find one for $225, then that tells me we don't need it. So Jesus and God, get to work. Find us a deal for $225. I'm not spending a dime more. I really don't want to spend more than $150. But you find me a deal on the GoPro, I'll get it. I really don't want to spend more than $150, but I'll go as high as $225. If y'all want to start checking eBay, y'all want to start checking on your own, find me a deal. B&H, Macari, find me a deal on a GoPro 360 camera. Find me a deal, I jump on it. You can find a deal on an Insta1. The Insta1 seemed to not work with Android that well, but you find a deal on the Insta1. I'll take an Insta1. Let me know. Help out with the research. Not asking you to buy anything, but you see a deal, or it's a camera I ain't seen yet, let me know. That's how you can help the show out. If you enjoy seeing the lives in 360, help us out. But yes, God does have the right to judge you because he gave you a way out. It's up to you to take it. He has the right. And I answered that question. Let's go to YouTube and see how the video looks. That's us right there. But let's go to my channel. And you go to videos. And there we are. You only got 8 views. Y'all be ashamed of yourself. Maybe I shouldn't invest in the camera. So what is it at? It's in 2K. Oh, it's in 4K. Y'all see it right there. Auto 2160, 4K. Right there on your screen. Not even the haters can say anything. Now remember now, we did it in 6K. Now, this is the camera that we fought the bike on. See them 2 marks right there? That's the scratches on the lenses. That's the danger of buying a used camera. Scratches on the lenses. But this is the video. Now, I got it on that extender ball. It's like this. Woo! That's causing the instability. So, I'm not going to do that anymore. I see that already. It's causing instability. And it being that high in the air, it's picking up more wind noise too. Uh-oh. We in 4K. Y'all, you spinning? You having a problem, shorty? Let's pause it for a minute. See you experiencing interruptions? Look right down here. See the little white line right there? You gotta let it extend out. Now watch how fast it vanishes when I press play. I'll bring it down to 2K. And it's going. Let's give give it a second to catch up. Now look at how the little white line moving. See it? Down at the bottom right side of the screen. See the little white line right there? See how it's moving? It's reading ahead.
Camera says still recording?
When they ain't no light shining, you really don't see the screen.
Oh, that ooh-wee, shimmy-dee. Ooh, R-G-T. Ooh, wah-wee-wee.
Now let's back up.
You won't let the devil kill it. Somebody come right around that corner and not even see it. You know you're wrong for this. You know you're wrong. No excuse. You wrong for this.
Black.
And you know you're wrong.
Pitch black.
I know nobody's not gonna come, but that ain't the point.
Pitch black.
You know you're wrong for that. And I got the camera on the wrong way.
Our lights.
Somebody come around that corner and kill it.
Pitch black.
The rhymes that I fit circumvent at will.
You know you're wrong for this, Jesus. Here it comes.
Put the phone back.
It was nice knowing y'all.
And I'm putting it the wrong way.
It was nice knowing y'all.
I said nice knowing y'all because callers coming.
That was trying to take us out.
I dominate and control. So impact the black hole. If you're dead, you're all scared because you're not prepared. There's no dancing. Just bring your money. Be ready to fight.
If we got lucky, they came the other way. That ain't the point though. You wrong for that. You know you wrong for that. Ain't no excuse. I ain't trying to hit. You know you wrong for that. Trying to get us killed.
That's the only light we got right there.
Damn!
Now you see it spinning. So you just pause for a second. And you can see it catching up. See it? Right there, it's catching up. That's because of the high resolution. I can take it down to 1080. We won't have a problem. It's in 2K right now. Take it down to 1080. Because we're running the show at the same time. Now, watch how fast that little white line go. Look how fast it's going. Look at how fast it's going. Look at that. Look how fast it's going.
People coming from out everywhere. That was just sending them. They coming from everywhere. Y'all know we were down here. We want you to call right down here. We're coming this way.
Yeah, I was trying to show y'all the stream.
Hope I fall in. Got done. It's steep. I just wanted to show y'all the screen. It's a good angle right here. What y'all think if I fell in the screen? Would I go viral? Hey, man, can y'all see? I'm trying to go close so I can get you.
I'm feeling it. Yo, this is how I do.
I'm the cerebral assassin. Harassing you Oh, Lord. Y'all see the screen? You backed by a clique. I'm backed by God.
That's who I associate with.
So get on the bandwagon or face this dragon.
Why you think I do what I do? Stop the cool.
This is your wake-up call, so straighten up a fall.
Wake up call, so straighten up a fall. Stop doing that.
All right, so let's speed up.
Anywhere. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a good angle. I said I was gonna give you.
All right, so let's speed up when we get down by the bank. I actually went into the grass.
I wouldn't have to make my own. And you fucking wrong.
They definitely getting done. I'm gonna go over there and dance with him.
I'm gonna manage in the Bengals. I look at Friday. Let's go for a Monday. I know when I turn on the radio, it's gonna be.
Oh, come on, man, got all night. All right. Camera at 89%. They got a speed hump here. How you stop? It's killing the battery. It's a little bit. Oh, it rolls. Something going on down here. They got a club or something down here. Hey. How you doing?
That was security right there. Security guard. Why are we out there?
Uh-oh. They getting down. How y'all doing? they partying.
Out there hanging the food.
They definitely getting down. I'm gonna go over there and dance with them.
All right, speed up.
Y'all see the stream now?
All right.
You won't show me love because I'm not a thug.
That's something I need Raven cheese. Trying to show y'all this.
Because I'm not a thug.
I'm looking. Oh, Lord.
Got a string.
You won't show me love because I'm not.
Well, the 360 camera getting it. So. Hey. I said, hey.
Still raising now, rip after rip. You know I never fell to another, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I stay crisper with the crust of a people.
I don't want to be around these cars. Somebody come out, they gonna mess with something.
Yeah, we have to go on right there. That car, it's always blocking it.
Somebody always blocking that.
That gave you a real good view.
That would be nice to get on. Oh, here we go. Y'all should be able to see the stream now. And then the Lions Den of the Leo, who steals the show from the Yo-Yo Bros. Y'all still can't see the stream. All right, hold on a second.
They got a light rail.
They got a light rail. Y'all see that?
And there's 83 up there at the highway.
All right, hold on a second, y'all. All right, now y'all can see it now. As I start the flow to my own track, stand back because I'm about to blow. My lyrics have murderous intent, no time is spent on the lyrics that I...
The video is up, it's in 360. We recorded it in 6K Revolution. And the Samsung Gear Manager brought it down. The Samsung Gear Manager brought it down to 4K quality. But as you can see, the majority of y'all are not going to be able to watch it at that high resolution. Hey, how you doing, Outweigh Podcast? So, all right, y'all, as promised, it's time to get ready to get into the World Star. So let's, we haven't done World Star and we ain't done World Star in I don't know how long. So, we got the sermon done. I showed y'all the 6K video. Now, as promised, let's get to the World Star. I'll keep my word. Hey, what are you doing? You can turn that off. All right, let's see here. So you want to do them all at the same time or do them separately? Yeah, we can do them all at the same time. All right. Open. All right. Let me turn the volume back on. I had the volume off. All right, y'all ready? Let's get some World Star up in here. Close the webcam. Bring on our Windows Media. Or you can also call it monitor share at the same time. I call it Windows Media. Let's get it. Let me make sure y'all can see it. I'm looking on the phone here. Make sure y'all can see it. Hey man, waiting on the phone. We're waiting on the phone. All right. When visiting a church goes wrong, it should be the first thing y'all see. All right, we ready. Let's go.
If you fuck my high up, fuck with a nigga. Neck, wrist, ice up, vibe with a nigga. Sit that red cup, pray with a nigga. I stay blessed up, West Coast time. I got jet lag, East Coast vibe.
This is church.
Yes, I'm home at last, West Coast time. I got jet lag, East Coast vibe. Yes, I'm home at last. I'm turning up on shit. If you fuck my high up, fuck with a nigga. Neck, wrist, ice up, vibe with a nigga. Sip that red cup, pray with a nigga.
Y'all know that the
I stay blessed up, West Coast time. I got jet lag, East Coast vibe. Yes, I'm home at last, West Coast time. I got jet lag, East Coast vibe. Yes, I'm home at last. More wild things over here today.
Very wild.
Hold on. I love to hear a sermon at that church. What the heck kind of church is that? He said the F word about a couple times, about 3 or 4 times. He said the N word 3 or 4 times, talking about killing this high. How you in there? That's got to be a rehab church, but why are you talking about killing the high around drug addicts? Y'all understand when I say people rationalize something in their own mind and they think they doing something positive, when in actuality they doing the works of the devil, but they think they doing good. That's a church for people that's in rehab. I've been at a lot of them. You can tell by how they dressed, how laid back it is. But for you to sit there and be talking about getting high when there are drug addicts sitting there, but you think you're doing something positive, if that's not the devil working in you, what is it? Let's move on to the next clip.
Bitch ass nigga. Fuck up, bitch. Fuck up. Oh yeah, Adrian. Get that Adrian. Get that Adrian. Get that Adrian. Yeah, get that Adrian. Yo.
Oh shit! I do. My chicken is up. My chicken is up. My wifey is bad. My daughter's asleep, nigga. Yo, Snaps. Hold up. Snaps, I'm talking nothing tight. Nothing tight. You're talking about, well, I smoke cake. Am I pussy? Am I pussy? Oh, we can't 2 niggas ain't pussy, right? I'll book you in your life, nigga. Get on my face. Say something. I took the phone, nigga. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody taking nothing. Ain't nobody taking nothing. Ow! 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 Shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Blech! 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 No, son!
You're going too far. I should have done it this way. It's not giving me a chance to get down. Go back.
I do. My chicken is up. My chicken is up. My wifey is bad. My daughter's asleep, nigga.
Now, you already see there's one guy up running his mouth, and there's a guy sitting across from him. He know he's outnumbered. the best thing to do is not say anything. But he's still conversing because he doesn't want to look like a chump to the other people on the train. But when they jump on him, what do the other people that he's worried about not being chumped up to or embarrassed in front of? When he getting stomped on and getting hit, are they not laughing at him? Do any of them help him? They just stand there and laugh and make jokes. So why are you worried about how these people think about you? These guys are chumping you down. Let these guys run their mouth and get off at the next stop and go about your business. Wait for the next train. That's what somebody smart would do. See, there's no need. Even if this guy was a Christian, there's no need to tempt the Lord your God. By standing there and conversing with them, you're taking the lead. You're saying, hey, the Spirit is telling you to just maintain and get off the train. Now, if he does that and he try to get off and then they jump on him, then Jesus and God have an obligation to help him out. But they're not letting. He's not letting Jesus and God handle these people. He's trying to handle it. And when we try to handle it, this is what happens.
Yo, snap. Hold on. That's not so numb tight. I'm tight. I'm just talking about, well, I said, okay, am I pussy? Am I pussy? Oh, we just get two niggas ain't pussy, right? I'll fuck you in your life. Get out my place. Say something. I took the phone, right? Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody taking something. Ain't nobody taking nothing. Ow! Yeah.
He made that joke.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Black!
Now, this is why I say don't ride the MTA, don't ride the bus, don't ride the train. And y'all see me talk about I keep talking about the light rail. Now y'all know why. See, if you don't know how to keep your mouth shut, you don't know how to be inconspicuous. You don't know how to stay in the background. You don't know how to ignore evil, recognize it, and try to ignore it, and not give it a presence. Because see, evil tries to find a way in. And when you confine to an area like this, where you can't go nowhere because the train moving, and the doors are closed and the windows are locked, you can't do anything. Your best bet is to sit there and mind your business. Try not to talk to anybody. And get off it when you got to get off it. But some people got to be the center of attention. Some people got to answer somebody when they say something to you. When you are outnumbered by evil, the worst thing you can do is try to antagonize it and encourage it. The guy had walked off several times, but he kept running his mouth, talking to the guy across from him, talking to the guy that kept walking away. Then he's going to stand up. The minute he stood up, he should have been swinging. If you wasn't standing up to swing, What you stand up for? I don't care who you represent. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're a gang member. If you wasn't going to swing back, what you get up for? I'd rather somebody laugh at me for somebody talking about me than somebody laughing at me from getting my butt kicked and stomped and thrown off the daggone train. Where's the logic in that at? How you bring that street logic, the common sense logic? Well, I ain't let them pump me down. They beat the crap out you. You ain't get one blow in. You ain't even try to fight back. You was a human punching bag. What'd you get up for? You might well stay in your seat and just kept taking the tongue lashing. Now you ain't got beat up. It gets worse.
Fucking you!
Once again, this is street logic at its worst. This dude think because he got a taser and y'all keep hearing it go off, he thinking that he gonna hold back this evil. But this dude can't fight. A taser is only as good as long as you holding it on somebody. If you physically can't hold it on them and keep them still to apply it, what good is it? And this dude don't stop. Even when he get beat up, he keep right on coming. Let's watch. Still fucking the thing.
Stupid ass! I've been pepper sprayed before! You think I give a fuck about
So
this
the
stupid
pepper
ass
spray.
shit?
Put your name in.
Okay.
Yeah,
You just
I will fuck
He
your
got
ass
beat up.
up!
Bro, damn. What the
While the guy was hitting him, why he ain't put the taser on?
You okay? You okay?
He thought the taser was gonna scare him away. Now everybody walked up the pepper spray, everybody walked upside the train. And the guy got beat up.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen to him.
I just got fucking bitch.
He's throwing a punch in. Still running his mouth. Look at him.
Get that motherfucker. Oh my god.
Still got faith in that tail. When you catch it, what are you gonna do to him?
Damn.
Come here.
Lo buscaron al chino, güey. Al chino
When
lo
he catch
buscaron.
it, what are you gonna do to him? We can't fight him.
Híjole. I got it. I'm posting. You alright, man? Alright.
The guy beat him up and walked off. He is happy to get that win.
Ooh, what's up?
Fucking your problem, bitch.
He ain't went and got
Fucking your problem.
Take that shit up, man!
Fucking your problem, nigga. Fucking what are you doing that?
Now arriving. Burn-in station.
Hey, what did you get up for? You get knocked down again?
All right, man. All right. It's not all right, bitch. All right. Here's fucking thing, bitch. All right. I can really fuck you right now. All right. Let's go.
Give him a lesson, man. Get this fucker.
That's just mental illness. That's just mental illness. First of all, he ain't used the N-word about 20 times. The dude walking around, and I've shown y'all those tasers before. He doesn't have a stun gun. I'm sorry. He got a stun gun. He don't have a taser. He had a taser, he been better off. He had a stun gun. The stun gun, you have to hold it on the person. And as long as you holding it on them, they can't do anything. They can't do much. They can't control their body. But this guy wasn't willing to do that. In his mind, if I show it, everybody's going to be scared. The problem is you have to be willing to actually use it. That's like having a gun with no bullets in it. You think everybody see gun, everybody run. But when they see you not firing, the people ain't as scared of the gun as they was. Maybe it's fake, maybe he ain't got no bullets, or you too scared to shoot it. And then they say, hey, we can still rob him. We can still beat him up. He ain't gonna use it. This guy is getting beat up and walking around swinging that thing, and he sprayed some pepper spray and had no punches or kicks behind it. He could have pepper sprayed him and then put it on his nuts or something. That would have had an effect. But instead, he's just standing there like an idiot, and the dude beating the crap out of him. The dude can't even see, but he can see enough to know where the dude is and start punching. Problem with being on a train, you can reach for somebody and feel. And the dude is following him. He ain't got off the train. The dude that's following him still trying to start something. Then he go start something with other people and get beat up even more. That's mental illness. Something wrong with that man. Don't know when to stop. Somebody gonna really hurt him. It's sad. All right. This dude got caught by the police and he gonna get away.
How you got it?
And they got him down trying to cuff him. But I ain't going to jail tonight. I ain't going to jail tonight. They let him get in the car. They let him get in the car and they ain't trying to tase him. And they did tase him. Guess what? Homeboy said that's that. See ya. Wouldn't want to be it. He said, see ya. Wouldn't want to be it. This man beats the crap out of his wife. I mean, he beat her like a government mule. And nobody did anything. He beat her like a government mule. I don't know what her brother is. I don't know what her father is. I don't know what her uncle is. But if this man is still walking on the planet, that's a dysfunctional family. She's doing all this crazy. The only person over there is an old woman. She gotta try to run out and he choke her. Thank you, the quality better out here. Dang, threw on the ground. She tried to run back inside. And drug her back out. Oh, man. Stomping on her now. And she has the money too. I guess she owed the money. Damn. Right in the face. Kicked her right in her face. Oh, yeah, you skipping ahead now. You skipping ahead. I don't care how much money that man make. I don't care what kind of power he got. Ain't nobody got the right to beat nobody like that. Ain't nobody got the right. How can you lay down to somebody knowing that at any moment they can beat the crap out you? Any ladies out there that been in a domestic violence situation, how can you lay next to somebody and close your eyes and go to sleep knowing you might not wake up? How do you do it? I'm just curious. How do you do it? How do you close your eyes at night, knowing you might not wake up the next day? How you have kids and don't know this person gonna go crazy and kill you and kill your kids? How do you do it every night? To those of you in domestic situations, I need to know, how do you do it? How do you do it every night? Anybody got any comments? Anybody got a comment? I'm looking right in the chat. Any comments or questions? Anybody? All right, let's keep going.
Tava dentro do carro, isso aí. Caralho, como a água é tira caralho. Porra, tá rolando. Tá dentro do carro. Ainda tá dentro do carro. Vas-y, vas-y. Ouais. Vas-y, t'as tenté.
Now, sometimes size don't matter. Look how big this dude is. This dude got a 1.5 height advantage. God darn, he must be what, 6'8"? Look how, or the dude really short. It's one or the other. But look how big this dude is.
Répète pas les couilles, vas-y, casse-toi, je t'ai dit. Oh non. Ouais, couille, vas-y, bouge. Casse pas les couilles, casse-toi.
Ah, l'image de ouf.
Ouais, mais tu m'as pris pour un PD ou quoi, toi? Non, hein? Non, pas trop. Ça y est, c'est toi, t'as un PD, allez, vas-y, casse-toi. Casse-toi. Moi, je suis un PD.
C'est un cul.
Je suis un PD, moi.
One shot.
Come
There go autumn tree. Just bam.
Vas-y, vas-y. Ouais.
Je suis un PD.
C'est un cul.
Je suis un PD, moi. Je suis un PD, moi. Je suis un PD, moi.
Oh shit. He's gonna pass out. Oh my days. Oh shit. We on, brother. We on, brother. We on, brother. We on, brother. Fucking pussy. Pussy. Your face is blood. Pussy.
Those are mercy.
We on, brother. We on, brother. Fucking pussy. We on, brother. We on, brother. We on, brother. Fucking pussy. Pussy. Your face is blood. Pussy.
Man, I'm gonna take his shoes off. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I know that the UK police, I know that they don't have no guns. And they real scared out there when they out there in the crowd. But goddamn, the way this dude hit this woman, and this was a police officer, it's ridiculous. Police attack.
Tell me.
Police attack. Tell y'all right now, y'all going to the UK, don't play with the police. They ain't playing with you. Okay? The police is not playing with you. They ain't playing with you over there. Damn.
Hey! What the fuck, man? What the Hey! 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 What the fuck, man?
Damn, son.
Bro, levanta, Lil. Levanta, bro. Lil, bro. Hey! Bro, que le han noqueado a este. Pégale. Vamos a darle. Este, bro, corre por él. Maricón.
Before we even watch this was the saddest clip out of all of them. You got this, and don't get me wrong, because she got a cute face. But why is it that big girls always want themselves a sexy hunk when they know they can't keep them? They know they can't keep them. Because a dude that's handsome and in shape wants a woman that's beautiful and in shape. Now, you might get lucky and maybe you might find a guy that likes a big woman. You might find a skinny guy that likes a big woman. You might get lucky. But the majority of the time, these guys are lazy, sorry, the woman doing the work, the woman got the car, the woman doing everything. The problem is there are more of these big girls with cute faces than there are skinny, sorry, bum guys to go around. Large girls with cute faces are a dime a dozen. And they find themselves fighting for a pool of sorry men. I can tell you, and I've told y'all before, every time I brought a woman around my grandmother, the first thing she says is, I don't believe this. Why can't you find a woman that cares about herself? Why can't you find a woman that ain't 300 pounds? Why can't you find a woman that work out? I'm 60-something years old. And I'm in 10 times the shape. Where you find these fat moo-moos at? Every guy is going to hear that from somebody in his family unless they sorry and the family's grateful that their woman is taken care of. So the next time you see a big girl with a young, handsome dude, keep that in mind. She don't think she can do better. The dude know he can do better because she's going to have a fat friend. She's going to have a fat coworker. She's going to have a fat cousin. And you'll find out how these dudes make their way through these women. And how they all got a tale to tell about them. But yet they all laid up and took care of this dude. The fact that he just found this dude with this woman in this nasty garage. The fact that that girl laid down with him in this nasty garage. Can't even take her someplace nice. You know, none of them ain't worth 2 pieces of dookie. None of them. But let's watch this clip, y'all, and y'all see what I'm talking about.
You sick fuck! Get the fuck up, you fucking bunny whore! Get up! You are fuck! Get the fuck away from me!
Okay.
Get the fuck! You disgusting fucking horrible! You're fucking disgusting!
Yo,
just let her.
Ah! Get up! You're fucking disgusting, you sick fuck!
Just let her.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck are you gonna beg for?
What real man is going to let a woman hit him in his face constantly? And not a dime piece, not a model, not a celebrity, but something you can go pick up anywhere. What real man would let a woman come in there and punch him in his face? The fact that he can't do better than this garage. Look how filthy and nasty it is. But even more importantly, he got this girl to come down there and lay with him. He ain't got the courage to hold her back or the power. And the woman on the ground, she can't even fight back. All 3 of them is trash. Ain't nobody to say it. They trash. Human waste.
Bitch in my garage, you bummy nigga!
not even fucking doing shit.
Get up!
Look at that place.
Fuck up!
Bro, don't.
Fucking touch me, bitch! You fucking disgusting ass nigga!
Bro, don't kick me. Not here.
God, I wish I smoked weed. That's what the fucking play.
No, she's done. She's done.
That's his name, Jeremy.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
That's some bummy shit, nigga! Daniel Manson.
Oh, that's my cousin's fucking girlfriend.
Yeah, it's my cousin's girlfriend too. You fucking disgusting. You pulled out the polo couch in the garage? That's bombing! That's bombing! You're fucking disgusting! No wonder all the fucking girls in there like fucking hate you! Fucking let me, bitch! You're hitting me! No fucking shit! You said fuck!
Oh, she got up.
Alright, I got 4 nails on, I got 3 more to take the fuck
heavyweight in the
off!
house.
Get up! No, this is already your house anyway. I ain't gonna talk about what you asked for. I thought you were gonna fuck this bitch up, bro. But you brought it right to me.
Yo, go.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So she knew he was cheating. She just said, you brought her right to me. She knew he was cheating on her. But she really didn't care. Why is she still with him? She beat him up. She beat her up. Why is she still there? Because even though he cheated on her and she saw it with her own eyes, she still knows in her mind, she don't think she can do any better. And I guarantee you that they slept in the same bed that night. I guarantee you. That dude ain't had nowhere to go. And I guarantee you, he sweet talked his way right back into her bedroom. I guarantee you. The fact that he pulled out that cheap bed. And that girl was willing. The man can't even provide a clean place. Why do it? Just from the female perspective. Don't you have any respect for yourself? Just like I don't understand how a young man could climb into the window of the girl's house. How do you sneak into her bedroom? You can't provide a place to go. You can't get a motel room. At least this dude went to the garage. Could have cleaned it up though, but at least he did have some place to take her. But this is the garage at the place where he living there with his girlfriend that he cheating on. How can you be that sorry? These people just the scum. They're the bottom of the barrel. They need help.
You be sleep. By who? You? Kill yourself twice.
Now listen to this. This is crazy.
Man, I'm good. Regardless of what you want to do.
You said he good.
It ain't what you want to do. No, it's not about.
Ooh. Oh, shit. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, damn. Yeah. He asked for it.
You want some more?
He asked for it.
No, stop. He can stop
that shit.
He can stop.
He asked for it. He asked for it.
He can go about his business. He already bleeding. You can let it go.
No.
Go get a drink.
You leaking. You don't want to fight.
Yeah, he's done. It's already there.
The dude back away. He don't want to do it.
I'm about to twerk.
He don't want to do it.
Watch this. Hold on. Let me move my hat.
But something in his head is saying.
It's already there. It's already there.
Something in his head is saying, hey, you get your butt kicked, but keep going. You can't leave it alone.
Ooh,
Leave
shit.
it alone now.
He sleep.
God.
He sleep.
Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit.
He sleep.
God.
He sleep.
Damn.
What the voice in his head saying that?
He sleep.
Damn.
Tell him leave me alone. Tell him leave me alone.
That's it. Come on, man. That's it, man. That's it.
So he ain't want to get touched down in front of his buddy. What is he right now? This dude not even paying attention. This dude was going to jail for his trial. He escaped the building. Now, I gotta warn y'all, this is Mexican police. It's not American police. They got different laws, different rules. So I'm warning you, YouTube, you got kids. Don't look right now. Giving you the warning. But these cops ain't playing.
¡Agárralo! ¡Agárralo!
You see they shit? Dang. That's the problem.
¡Aguanta! ¡Párate!
That's a Mexican jail. Mexican
Just
police.
running up.
They ain't playing. Okay? So if y'all think about y'all gonna go over the border and have some party or something, y'all better know. Them police down there, they ain't gonna chase you. They gonna shoot you. They at the courthouse shooting like that. So you think about going over the border and having a little party, getting a little tequila. Better mind your P's and Q's. Them police down there will shoot you. They wasn't trying to catch that man. They trying to shoot him.
Just running up. Get that hoe. Get that fucking ugly bitch. You fucking ugly hoe, bitch. This is what you was gonna get. You knew it, bitch. You was talking so much shit for what? Ugly bitch. What the fuck? You're an ugly ass hoe. Come on now, man. Y'all see y'all, bitch. Come on now. This y'all friend? This y'all friend? This y'all friend? This y'all friend? This your friend? This your friend? Dumb hoe, pull up on me again, bitch. Pull up. Realist, right? Realist, right? Realist, right? Realist, right? Come on, bitch. This your friend? This your friend? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? It's bad.
I don't think anybody that stupid to get beat up. But the dude, apparently, the women was making fun of the fact that he a sissy. And so he went and got a girl to fight for him. And the girl beat up one of them. And he asked him, y'all saying the same thing? Like, y'all a friend? Y'all gonna come help out? And you saw they had shit to keep their mouth shut. All right, the dude trying to run. He got a stick in his hand or something. Oh, he hit him with something. That was a rock. Right in his face with it. He got right back up. He threw the rock again. All of them on that one guy. Yeah, the woman, I thought she was gonna break it up. She came on there and kicked him. God died. What'd he do? Oh, man. Ow. Right in his face. And he said, oh, that's enough. Damn. Wait a minute. I thought the woman was gonna help him out. She came down there and kicked him. What did he do? Man. Bam. Bam. Right in his face. God damn. I don't know what he did, but he won't do it no more. Whatever he did, he won't do it no more. I don't know what he did, but goddamn, he won't do it no more. They kicked the crap out of him. Damn. See there, ain't nobody trying to help. Y'all just standing there looking. Now, this dude, apparently this is a UFC fighter, and this dude was on the internet talking about fighting is fake and y'all ain't really fighting in there. And so the dude said he was gonna get in there and teach him a lesson. Well, sit back and enjoy.
Ooh.
He think it look easy on TV.
No.
Still running his mouth.
You wanna run your fucking mouth, big man. You're a fucking man about it, big man. I'm little. Come on, fucking pussy. I'm ready to fucking die for you. I'm gonna fucking die. Go die. I got this kid. I don't give a fuck about the kids. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck you. Go.
Come on, you fucking pussy. What you wanted? This is what you wanted. Come on, bitch, throw. Throw, you fucking pussy. Throw. Throw, you motherfucker. Fucking throw that bitch. Let that bitch go.
He in there taking it. No, you look stupid.
Wait, hold me. Get the fuck out. Let's go. Come over here. Right here. Bitch ass. Shut bitch ass. Shut bitch ass.
3, 2.
Well, no one got finished, but good ass work, my boy. You got my respect. I don't need money, bro. That was all work. Thank you.
That damn shame. Dude was on the line running his mouth, talking about how them guys ain't training, they fake, they suck, they in there playing around, they ain't doing no real fighting. Well, he got in there and found out. They trained for a reason. The minute he got hit the first time, he just said, all right, bro, this ain't for me. But nope, he steady going on, running his mouth, getting his butt kicked. Ain't no worse than somebody that's getting beat up still running their mouth. It's like, man, give it up. So what happened with this dude? The dude had already knocked him down. What did he get up for? What did he get up for? He was already down. We started the video with him on the ground, knocked down. The cameraman didn't get that.
And down goes Frazier.
What the heck going on here? Oh yeah,
Por aquí. Mancheli, dale. Por aquí para que me muere. Allá vaya a buscar los cuentos por ahí. Güey, no. Güey, me loco, me chocó, me loco, y eso lo que era.
Pause the video for a second. This is your Uber driver. I understand you don't want to pay him. Okay. But he's still driving the car. And there's 3 of y'all in there with him. There's 3 or 4 of y'all in there. I can't see if somebody behind him. But you maced the driver that's driving the car. He could crash and kill you all. But it don't stop there. Watch what else they do. This dude lucky to be alive. What? Look at the side of that knife. She was stabbing at him with that knife. Damn, maced him and they got knives stabbing him. Where are they from? Ain't no way in the world I'll lay down next to one of these women. They're crazy.
Por aquí. Mancheli, dale.
I had to make sure all the knives were put up.
Allá vaya a buscar los cuentos por ahí.
Where they mace him?
Güey, no.
Got still driving and they mace him.
Güey, me loco, me chocó, me loco, y eso lo que era.
They get out of the car while I'm moving. And they stabbing him. All because they don't want to pay the driver. They stabbing that man because they don't want to pay the Uber driver. What the hell? I used to be a driver. I can tell you right now, that man better than me. Because they may have had that knife. I keep my gun down in between the seat next to me. They stabbing at me. Yeah. I would have blown all of them away. And stood there and waited for the cops and had my video ready. Then makes me while I'm driving and they stabbing me. Shooting. They lucky all they got was shot. I don't care if they're female or not. They freaking crazy. She in the back seat. Look at the size of that knife. She's stabbing. Luckily, she don't know what she's doing. Look at her. She's sitting right next to her.
really happening? Oh! Oh! Oh my fucking shit. I'm still waiting for my pizza, buddy.
You're not getting it.
I want my pizza. I paid for my pizza. It's amazing.
How did I get this?
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's still slapping on the
fucking You ain't get no pizza today. Man said you ain't getting no pizza today. That's YLGE. Hold on a sec. YLGE. That the last video? Yep. That was the last one. Damn, we went through them quick. That was a lot of videos. We went through them videos quick. Man, that's rough right there. We haven't seen World Star in a while. You see the world ain't got no better. God darn. That was rough right there. That was rough. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. The WWE Survivor Series is on tonight. I ain't even watched SmackDown. I watched the AEW Rampage. That's only 1 hour. And then I made it to the first 5 minutes SmackDown, and I fell asleep. So I gotta hurry up and watch SmackDown, and then go ahead and watch the pay-per-view. It should be starting in a couple minutes. So, but like I say, I can watch it for free. But I like for them to take the commercials out. I like to fast forward the boring parts. And, you know, they always showing them long clips. Talking about, you know, what they doing. And nobody want to see that crap. I fast forward past it. So, I'm going to get in here and cook. And watch SmackDown from last night. And as soon as that's done, go right on into the pay-per-view. I could watch the pay-per-view live, but I would have to wait like the first 25 minutes. Because they put it up in 25-minute clips. So you got to let the first 25 minutes go by. Then you watch the first 25 minutes. By that time, they got the next 25-minute clip up. And then you watch that. And then you come back and watch the next one. And I'd rather just wait. To me, I'd rather just wait. I was wondering when this idiot was going to come. And there he is. And there he goes. I was wondering when you was coming in. Come on, you got another channel for me to get rid of? Come on, bring it in. Well, I got the screen up. Come on, sir. Because I don't understand how you didn't show up here. That's the only reason why you lasted that long. You didn't show up on the phone. Y'all can see. He didn't show up on the phone. But what I don't know why he don't realize the chat is right here. The minute I came back to the main screen, I saw it. This is how we was able to catch that YouTuber that said that he wasn't here. And we was able to pull it up and show on the side screen, yes, he was. And when I gave him that tongue lashing, he was here to take it. And he was answering back. We was able to prove it. So keep thinking you're going to slide on in here. Like I said, we cleared a lot of the people off the block list. But this person is just trying to get somebody to watch his site. I don't know why he keep trying to crash this channel when it's called Minister. The fact that you would put that X-rated stuff on a channel called Minister, we know what kind of demon you are. We know what kind of demon you are. We're not going to say your name because I don't want to give you no shine. But I will give you a whooping. The fact that you think that it's okay to do what you keep trying to do every show to a show that only got 4 or 5 people here. But that voice in your head is telling you, you should still go do it. That's mental illness. I'm going to advertise on a show that's got somebody watching it. This video might get 20 views. But you on board, because we can go to the block list and look. You on board about 8 channels here and had them all blocked. And you still keep coming back. So either you somebody who I roasted and you're in your feelings. And even though I'm not in the roast sector anymore, you still feel you must come try to irritate me somehow. That's one. Or two, you's a friggin' idiot. Which one is it? You're somebody that got roasted and toasted, or you's a friggin' idiot. Which one is it? You need professional help. You need mental help. You need Jesus in your life so bad it's ridiculous. You're being run by demons. You've been infected and infested. Because nobody with any brains will come into a channel that's called Minister. A channel that says it's about religion and come bring that pornographic stuff into it. You would have to be sick. There's something wrong with you. And I feel sorry for you. I ain't mad at you. I pity you. Get Jesus in your life. Activate your Holy Spirit. And get yourself together for you, for your kids, for your family. Get your act together. Peace and blessings go with you. I don't know why you think you're bothering me. There ain't even nobody here to even see what you're doing. That's how I know it's mental. It's mental. Somebody's hurting. Do you need a hug? You need somebody to hold your hand. You need a pat on the back. You need somebody to tell you that you're a good person. You need somebody to tell you you're not ugly. You need somebody to tell you you're not a loser. Are you scared because you're alone? What is it? It's something. There's something. There is something there. Like I said, I pity you. One more time before we go, I'm going to show y'all the raw video. This is well, we can get rid of all this what you call them stuff. We can get rid of that World Star. Goodbye. Get rid of that World Star. This is the video that I shot for y'all. Let's do this. Since I'm too lazy to go outside during the day, so I will mute it. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Hold on a second. Hey, what are you doing? Anyway, bring in the Windows Media. And now that we've done that, we need a song. Let's go to instrumental. And down here, man. In fact, I need to move. I need to put them back up because they're down on the thing. Is it dark yet? Yeah, it's dark. Put them back. Yeah, you can. There's one of them right there. They go two right there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can see all four. That's the lights right there. I had them on the cage so they can get that sunlight. They ain't gone out, almost ready to go already. What time is it? I only lasted 4 hours. That's not good. Hold on a second. This is what I was showing y'all. The raw video. This is 6K. On the 360-degree camera. This was raw. I tried to put my balcony before I started the show. Tried to do the penguin. 360 ride penguin camera. December 2017. I know I should replace it, but I can't.
Yo, get bragging. want to rap? Sorry, clown.
My biggest fear is that enemy being hard and doing right. Go back to church, find a school, find a hearse. I want to hear this. Come on.
Leave the hoes alone. Leave the streets alone. Get pick up that microphone because you fuck
out there with me. You're something don't fuck on me. Cause you just can't get landed. Come on, the easy show up that no one likes like the big show up. Can't do it out there with me. You're something don't fuck on me. Cause you just can't get landed. Come on, the easy show up that no one likes like the big show up. Some more. Y'all see y'all talk back out? Take it back in. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we are out. Peace. We out of here. Like the song says, take it easy and take it slow and go where you got to go. See y'all tomorrow. We out. We got it all in one show. We got the sermon done. I Promise You World Star. The video just came up that we did in 6K. The video's up if y'all want to go watch it. It's up now. And we got the World Star in. So we got it all in. So have a good night, y'all. Peace.